change your smile. Be positive and expectant. Rave 91.7 FM says a smile can make one great day.
Do you value nature? Do you want to live close to nature? If your answer to these questions is yes, then Oromio Newtown, located at number 5, Engineer Benjamin Olamijono Crescent, opposite CBN Oshogbo, is the place to be. Oromio Newtown is designed as a modern residential neighborhood with all the trappings of a 21st century city. Beautiful landscape, ongoing concrete drainage and electrification system, street lighting, standard golf course, bicycle path and walkways, recreational facilities, effective security surveillance mechanism, high quality interlocking paved-way road network are also provided to give you a life of opulence and splendor. Survey plans are already being given to allottees while arrangements of CFO are in top gear. To be a part owner of this dream city, flexible payment plan that suits your income stream is available. What are you waiting for? For inquiries, visit ONT office located at number 5, Engineer Benjamin Olamijono Crescent, opposite CBN Oshogbo, or call 0807-861-650 or 0807-725-96230. Oromio Newton Facility, the place for your dream home.
Oṣù mẹ́fà àkọ́kọ́ àwọn ọmọdé máa ń mú wá ìrẹ́rìn àkọ́kọ́. Ìrẹ́rìn àkọ́kọ́ yẹn fún oṣù mẹ́fà àkọ́kọ́ má fún ọmọdé ní omi mu. Omi ọyàn ní gbogbo èròjà tí ọmọdé nílò láti dàgbà pẹ̀lú okun àti orí pípé. Fún oṣù mẹ́fà àkọ́kọ́ fún àwọn ọmọdé ní omi ọyàn nìkan láì fomi là á. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìpele gidi fún ọjọ́ ọ̀la tó dára.
Ìkéde yìí wá láti Federal Ministry of Health, ilé-iṣẹ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pẹ̀lú ìrànlọ́wọ́ láti ọ̀dọ̀ Alive and Thrive àti àwọn alábàáṣepọ̀ mìíràn.
Oh yes, good people of State of Osun, listen attentively. The government of State of Osun is set to begin the enumeration and collections of land use charge all over the state. Our valuers will come and assess your property to determine what you are entitled to pay. It is once in a year payment. Land use charge is collected in all the states of the Federation. As soon as you get your demand notice, pay promptly. It is backed by law. His Excellency the Governor, State of Osun, has asked us to bring the fees to the barest minimum. Let us play our part for the development of State of Osun by paying our land use charge promptly. This message is brought to you by Osun Internet Revenue Service. Land use charge, pay for development.
Brave 91.7 FM.
I paid my dues, time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime.
And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share and kicked in my face, but I've come through. And we need to go on and on and on and on.
We are the champions, my friends.
And we'll keep on fighting till the end.
We are the champions. We are the champions.
No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions.
If you don't know where you are, Wave 91.7 FM is where you aren't.
I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune, everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise.
from your amazing radio channel, Rave 91.7 FM. It's 9 a.m.
I'm telling you pointedly that Fayoshe's security vote was 150 million.
You know, he's saying it wasn't announced then that when the Fayemi administration got into power now that they discovered.
The question is also that as Fayemi announced his own.
Then how did you know that he has increased it then?
You see, I was in government.
Thorough and incisive discussions.
They're not complaining.
You know, but they're not the only ones complaining, Mr. Ngilali. We've had complaints also from ASU.
ASU will say, there's so much corruption in federal government. There's so much. Answer me. I want you to ask them.
Engaging interviews with key stakeholders in various sectors.
Have you seen, then, met General Ibrahim Babangida? Have you reconciled after?
Oh yes.
You've met him?
Yes, I met him twice. Babangida and I, we have no problem. Don't forget.
But following up also, you said there's a lot he cannot balance in regards to monies that went out of agencies under him.
In regards to money, went out of agencies under him.
Yes.
What what I just.
Started this election.
No, let me give you the
go to marketplaces.
They will be rolling on our money and see whether you candidate of PDP. You are making rubbish.
Frank talk, quality talk, taking it from all angles, politics and policy being played out by our politicians and policy makers.
Join me, Femi Olanipekun, your host on Frank Talk, 9 to 10 a.m. every weekday on Rave 91.7 FM, where we have frank discussions and give you quality talk. Always.
Alaji, you will have the time.
Just thinking about the booze.
Alaji, just hold on.
That is your.
Is that true, Mr.
That is for you who say
I
it
am
is
not
not
aware of
true.
that.
You will not agree.
Frank Talk will start at 3, 2, 1.
Hello, good morning, and thank you for starting your week with us again on this radio dial. This is Rave 91.7 FM. We will define every bit of your moment with amazing music and quality talk. My name is Femi Olandipek, and I welcome you on board the first edition of Frank Talk for this new week. On Frank Talk, we look at trending issues in the polity, and we bring these issues closer to you and help you to have a deeper understanding, have a better insight into the issues that we look at right here. Policies of government and the politics behind many of these policies we bring to you from different perspectives on this very program. Well, on the show today, we'll be going to Lagos State, Lagos, Nigeria, Abuliado, around, Amuward of local government area to be precise, where that unfortunate incident happened yesterday. Quite an unfortunate incident where at the moment we're hearing that no less than 17 persons, some other reports are quoting 18, have been confirmed dead, about 25 others injured after what is now being called a gas explosion rocked the Abule Ado area. It was around this same time yesterday, almost around this same time, when that unfortunate incident happened. That explosion rocked Abule Ado area near the International Trade Fair Complex, Amuward of local government area of Lagos State. That was yesterday. So more than 50 buildings in the area were impacted by this explosion as hundreds of residents were rendered homeless. Several vehicles parked in the area were also destroyed by the explosion. Boarding pupils of a girls' college, Bethlehem Girls' College, were trapped in the wreckage of their hostel as residents and sympathizers helped to pull them out of the rebel. We understand that eventually the principal of that college, Reverend Sister Henrietta Aloka, lost her life while attempting to rescue the pupils. And reports also say the explosion occurred around 9 a.m. around this time after a truck hit some gas cylinders in a gas processing plant. And the gas plant was said to be located near the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation System 2B pipelines right of way. And it was such really an unfortunate one. So pictures yesterday, as about the time people were getting to church, just said that the family of 4 who are going to church were caught in that blast. They claim the life of every member of that family. Children, I believe, are part of some of those who are affected by that unfortunate incident. We hope to speak later on the program today with the zonal coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, but also we'll be speaking with some journalists who were right there on the ground yesterday to join us and speak with us on the program today on the show. Will giving us some insight as to what's really transpired and what happened right there at the Abule Ado area of Lagos State. Very unfortunate incident that happened. The principal died after trying to help rescue those who are trapped in that incident. The principal's name, Henrietta Aloka, references that the principal and administrator of Bethlehem Girls College, Abule Ado, Amuward of local government area of Lagos State. Quite an unfortunate situation. We understand that the students were trapped in the boarding school. The school is owned by the Catholic Church. During the fire outbreak that followed the explosion, a mass celebration was ongoing in the school when the incident happened, and Aloka was reportedly amongst those who assisted trapped students to escape from the scene. But when it was time for her to leave, she could not make it out alive. Very, very saddening, very, very terrible. So let's get to Lagos now. Let's speak with some people there who saw firsthand the level of destruction and devastation that happened at the Abule Ado area of Lagos. I'm joined live on the line from Lagos this morning by Tunde Owolabi. He is a journalist based in Lagos. He was right there at the scene yesterday to see for himself that unfortunate incident. Thank you for joining me on Frank Talk this morning, Tunde.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. So, can you give us exactly, a sense of what really happened yesterday in Abule Ado?
Okay, basically, it all happened between 8:30 and 9 when a lot of people had gone to church. While the few ones that were still around at Abule Ado were just pretending to go to church. So all of a sudden they heard a loud explosion. And in the twinkle of an eye, a lot of things were gone. Buildings, shops, vehicles. You could see the glass, the windows of the vehicles all shattered. The windows of the buildings, everything shattered on the floor. Buildings collapsed, buildings on fire, just instant destruction immediately after the explosion. So on the scene, there, because the explosion happened in the middle of the road. You get. So to the right was a school, to the left were residential development. Okay, so everything around it went down completely. Buildings, the school. The school was a boarding school. So luckily, some residents from the other end of the community were able to rescue some few students, boarders, out of the hostel. Are you with me?
Well, very, very unfortunate incident. So, you said residents of that area assisted students of that school. That I understand that's Bethlehem Girls College. But we understand that the principal of that school lost her life.
Yes. From what we heard, because I wasn't able to get there immediately. I got there like 1 or 2 hours later. She was rushed to the hospital. So the information we got was that she sustained serious injuries that she could not recover from. So unfortunately, she passed on.
But so what's the number of casualties that you're hearing from official sources as of this morning?
As of this morning, we can't ascertain the number of casualties because we still officials still have to carry out a proper search operation because we don't even know if there are still people trapped in the demolished buildings. But yesterday at the scene, we could see them bringing out bodies one after the other from the fire, from collapsed buildings. People were rushed to the hospitals that sustained various levels of injuries. So at this moment, there is no clear picture on the number of casualties because, sir?
Go ahead. I can hear you.
It's like having an entire community, story buildings, shops, cars, everything all go down at once. So it was hard for rescue operators to start going to each building one by one. But at the time I left there, rescue operation was still going on. That was late in the evening yesterday.
But
we could see them bringing out people one by one from the buildings, the collapsed buildings. They were bringing out people one by one. Many of them burnt to death.
But tell me, what exactly? There's been confusion as to what exactly was the cause of that explosion. In fact, some have said it's a bomb, and some have said that, it's vandals trying to steal fuel from NNPC pipelines. And then we also got some other reports saying it was a tanker that accidentally hit a gas cylinder. What exactly did you gather was the cause of the explosion?
Okay, it's certain that it's a gas explosion because at the scene we could smell the gas. But speaking to someone close by, a resident, he said he saw a tipper, this truck they used to park granite and red, struggling to reverse in the mud. All of a sudden, there was this white gas smoke that just went up, and before they knew it, the explosion. But there are rumors going around from residents and all that. There's a bomb blast, which is an uninformed uninformed explanation as a result of the level of destruction yesterday.
Well, so you said you got there like an hour or two after that incident. I mean, that would be around 10, 11, if I'm correct.
Yeah, around 11.
Yes. What was the response of emergency teams like? You know, rescue operators, like rescue operators. Were they there on time, including security? What was their response time like to that unfortunate incident?
At the moment I got there, everybody was on ground. The Lagos State Fire Service, the Federal Fire Service, police officers, neighborhood calls. Just everybody was trying one way or the other to help with the situation. So the response time was quite commendable. They were there throughout, always going and coming with reinforcement, just to try to put out the fire, because within 2 to 3 hours from when I got there, they were able to localize the fire to just one spot. But they were sparkling seriously to put it off entirely. So with their prompt response, they were able to prevent the fire from spreading to other buildings. Unfortunately, 2 or 3 buildings were engulfed by the flame. But within 2 to 3 hours, they localized it to just a single spot.
So I mean, there were, after the explosion, there was the issue of the fire. There was also the issue of the impact of the blast on buildings.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to thank you very sincerely, Tunde Owolabi, for joining us and giving us some insight into really what the situation is. We do hope and pray that God console and be with families affected by this unfortunate incident. We appreciate you seriously, very sincerely for joining us on the program this morning.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. All right, Tunde Owolabi joined us live on the line from Lagos. He's a journalist who was also at the scene yesterday. Let's speak to another journalist who is also a resident of that area, not the area exactly, but then very close by. Festac, a satellite town, the trade fair area, the adjoining areas to the Abula Ado axis of the place. Biodun Ajibade, is a journalist also based in Lagos. He'll be joining us shortly to join us on the program and give us some insights here. Thank you so much for joining us on Frank Talk this morning, Biodun.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell me, you stay around the Festac area, not just some kilometers, I should say, to Abuliado. Tell us about what you experienced. You understand the impact, got as far as Festac, Satellite Town, and the other areas. Tell us about what happened yesterday.
Yeah, quite correct. The impact was massive, and it was a big surprise to everyone, really. The effect of the vibration, that was what got everyone by surprise. Not even particularly the explosion, I should say, because Amuwo local government is not new to, but it's new this time around to coming from the explosion. Now, the local government, Festac, Abuliado, Satellite Town, has a bit of record when it comes to fire explosion and vandalism in the past. In fact, as I speak to you, there are parts of Festac that cars, commuters cannot go through. To be specific, 7 Avenue, because they've had cases of explosion, pipeline vandalism in the past in that area. So when that happened yesterday, it came as a big surprise. Everyone was shocked. Everyone rushed out of the house. It was a big stand coming with a lot of vibration. I could feel it in my house. It came around 2 minutes past 9 when I was preparing to go to church. We rushed out of the house, and everyone also did rush out to confirm if the effects of the vibration went across. So, the first thinking or the first thought that came to the mind of everyone, particularly in first half, was we've seen explosions, we've seen pipeline vandalism, concrete, happen in the past. But what could have happened that will come along with this type of vibration? So people were speculating, but we're still around the explosion. Maybe this explosion is just massive. A few minutes later, we saw a sight of a zigzag flame in the air, and everyone was, looking around trying to get information of what really happened. But a couple of minutes after I went to church, I met a couple of persons saying their houses were affected. In fact, on my way to church, there's a new generation glass. All of the glass came down. It was completely shattered. Some buildings, even on my way to church, some of their roofs were gone. Some windows were affected. For buildings about 2 stories, 3 or some, all their roofs came off. Going back home, they met some other persons also living in church. And in my interaction with them, there's a particular church, a Pentecostal church, very close to Apuleado. Because let me also say that from some part of Western, especially where I stay, you can trek to Apuleado. It's a trekkable distance from Century Road in Western, 7th Avenue area. You can trek back into Aladija. So some of the church members were saying, well, in church, the explosion, the vibration met them in church. And there were some part of the church that came down, and some of their members had bruises that they are even going to the hospital to step. But that church is not located in Abuja. It's at Aladija, which is from 3 kilometers. That's about 1.5 kilometers away from Abuja. So the vibration came as a big surprise, really. I have still the vibration. It was a part of parents. Really, looking at when you compare this and what has happened, in the past, this is quite massive. This is quite huge. I'm not sure who out of here has recorded an explosion as massive as this. Yes, the records are there, and just like I said earlier, there are military presence, cordoning off those areas. But this came as a big surprise to everyone. But again, when we talk about gas and oil, even though we cannot categorically state now, because I've listened to Lasema since yesterday up until this morning, NNPC and some other couple of stakeholders said, well, they could not really say this is as a result of probably oil or gas or even PMS explosion, that they are still investigating what could really be the cause. And when you talk about even petroleum products and amuwas of the local government area generally, some of the issues is well documented. Some couple of weeks ago, residents of Satellite Town is an adjoining street, or let me say, well, an adjoining area to Apuleado. In fact, Apuleado is on the right if you are moving along the Lagos-Badagry Expressway, coming